Hi, my name is Dax Watson. I'm General Counsel for MyHomeGroup. Sitting next to me is Andrew Glenn, our designated broker. We're just going to take a few moments today to discuss a fraud that we're seeing in the marketplace. It's on the uprise. It's pretty alarming, and we're going to give you some practice pointers and some of the signs of that fraud. The fraud is called deed fraud or land fraud, and really what it is we have imposters posing as sellers, contacting agents, trying to list the property and then have it sold, pocket some money. Oftentimes they're pretty sophisticated. Oftentimes they have IDs. Oftentimes they actually can pull this off. So that's why we're talking about it. We have seen a large uptick at our brokerage, and we're seeing it elsewhere. One of the things that's interesting is a lot of these imposter buyers, or sellers I should say, are coming from lead sources. So they're contacting the various lead generation platforms, getting through that process, and then they're being assigned to an agent. So the agent is getting the lead of the imposter from one of those sources. So Andrew's going to talk about some of the signs that we see that alert this to potential fraud, and then he's going to share some practice pointers.
Right, as Dax said, we've seen an uptick in this, and we've had a number of them in just the past 45 days. One of the things that we've noticed is that they're going through these lead sources to add the air of credibility to them. Agents are expecting these leads to be verified, to be checked, not saying anything against what the lead sources' practices are, but it does add an air of credibility to them. So our agent thinks or any agent would think that those leads are credible. Some of the things, warning signs that you can look out for is that these people, it's land, it's owned out of state ownership. They're not here physically, you can't meet them. An unwillingness to talk to you on the phone. Everything is through text message or email only. And then also looking at how fast they want things to happen. I need this to happen right now. There's a story about, some sad story about why this needs to happen yesterday. A willingness to sell for less than market value. And then lastly, I think one of the things that we can look at is looking at how they have the documents or not having the documents, or an inability or a story as to why they can't have documents, why they can't give you deeds, why they can't give you anything that's been recorded. These are all things that we can look at to see if we think there could be a potential land fraud. And one of the main ways we can avoid this is through working along with some title companies. One of the main ways, easiest ways, very low tech, is to actually mail them a copy of our contract or something on, just anything in relation to their property that they have to receive and verify before we move forward with their transaction, and mailing that to their mailing address that's listed with the county for their tax purposes. That's probably the easiest, safest, lowest tech way that we've found and other title companies have found to combat the land fraud. Anything else to add?
No, and I think what's super important about all this is not only do we want to protect the public,
sure,
but if a fraud is successful, the actual owner will initiate litigation, and since we're in the chain of events, we could be a target.
For sure.
Obviously, the backdrop on all this and the backstop on all this is the title company needs to be verifying IDs and things of that nature, but these are sophisticated scammers. So
and they're always a step ahead of us. We're always reacting to them as their tactics change, but what we want to try to avoid is we want to try to catch this as soon as possible, not just for the public, as Dax said, not just for risk management, but we also don't want to be working and creating deals and wasting our time on things that we're never going to get paid on and can consequently cost us money, cost us time, more time if they go through. So this is really a dollar protective activity that we're trying to stem the tide of land fraud, protect the public, protect ourselves, and protect all of our agents' time.
Well said. So just be on the lookout. If you're doing vacant land deals, just realize that this is happening a lot right now. So thank you.
Thank you.